the word keeper mean to you? And it's a question I think we have to keep reflecting on. And just as our brother doesn't refer to any family member, or does it refer to any Christian brother or sister, or to any person as used in the sense of like a neighbor. There are kind of three questions that we're asked to reflect on. What does keeper mean? Who is our brother? And are we commanded to be our brother's keeper? Is more thought-provoking than we would think. Does Scripture give us insight on these questions? Should I be my brother's keeper, or should I strictly mind my own business? Well, Scripture doesn't come right out and give a commandment that says, thou shalt not be thy brother's keeper, or thou shalt be your brother's keeper. But Jesus gave a commandment that said, love one another as I have loved you, so you must love one another. This, we know, he's asked the disciples, love each other and you love. That means you love me. And when he's asked that question about, teacher, what's the greatest commandment? And he replies in Matthew, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and the greatest commandment. But the second is, love your neighbor as yourself. So in ways, I guess we are supposed to be our brother's keeper. So if we took those two commandments seriously, we would never hurt anyone, would we? We'd love Christ and love the way we wanted to be loved. So you can only put out there what you want to get back. The idea of keeper is to guard, to watch, to protect, and to oversee. But it doesn't mean that we take on ownership for what others should be taking ownership for. We don't enable people to continue doing wrong, cover for them by lying for them in order to keep them out of trouble. And we know as a young person that's hard, right? We don't want our brother and sister to go down or our friends to go down. And we know like they won't do it again. They'll fix it the next time. So we try to cover up for them sometimes, right? We don't bail people out of situations time and time again. Sometimes parents, parents, do not allow their children to grow up by keeping them dependent upon them, telling them what to do, making their decisions for them. Some people think they are being their brother's keeper by continually giving advice. We are not our brother's keeper in that sense. Now, parents and grandparents, I know that might be hard to hear, but we have to parent and offer support. But children must have the opportunity to make mistakes. And they must have the opportunity to make decisions and choices when they have a safe place to fail. And that's with us. If they are so protected and kept, so to speak, while they are with you, they might never leave home. And when they do, they could have a hard time making decisions and dealing with disappointment, right? Challenge and support them and let go just a bit. We have to trust our young people. I'm wondering, I see fanning on this. I'm wondering if the young people know who's going to be in concert tonight at the Barclays Center, and then again on Tuesday. Maybe the older people know. Maybe that's what we know. Rihanna? Yeah. No, they're like, we didn't have money for a ticket. Okay, so she was supposed to be there, I think, last night too, but got bumped because surprise, surprise, the Nets were in Game 7. But I want to talk a little bit. It makes me think. Like most of us love Rihanna's music, right? No. And well, and we're challenged a little bit about Rihanna, right? And what's happening for her and what's going on. So someone gave my husband and I some tickets. So I tell you where I'll be this evening. I'll let you know if it was worth my time. But I'll probably be maybe I won't be one of the oldest people, but I feel like it. But I'm troubled about Rihanna and Chris Brown and Drake and all this business, right? And who is being a keeper for them? right? And so we have to ask these questions. You know, young people, so you're posting on Instagram, and they're posting on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, and it's like their whole life is out there, right? And all their business and everything that happens. And it never gives them any peace because there's nothing that's private. And in ways, it's a life that you all live much more than we do. Like, we make different choices about it, but you've grown up in a world that just says that you just put it out there, you just do that, you tell your story, you share it. But you have to remember those stories never go away. It's always there. It will always follow you. Someone will always be able to track it. Many of us have friends, family, or acquaintances that have challenging or we have volatile relationships with them. We as Christians have to remember, whatever our culture says, abusive and violent relationships have no place in our life as Christians. And we can't sit back and say it's okay. It's not okay. And it's not her fault or his fault or anyone's fault, but we have to take a stand and love our neighbor as ourselves. You know, drama loves drama, and it clings on. And so, you know, Chris and Drake have drama, and Rihanna stays right in the middle. When are we, and where can we translate into our own lives, right? I'm just giving you this celebrity version of it. But we all know we could change those names into somebody we know. Some of our friends, somebody here in this parish, who knows, right? What is your piece of drama right now? What do you need to let go? Who do you need to push to step away from the mess so they can grow and express the talent that they have? I'm going to go ahead and finish up, but I want you to keep asking yourself this. Are you your brother's keeper? What kind of keeping do you do? Are you nagging? Are you controlling? Are you lying and criticizing? Are you over-parenting? Are you rescuing? Are you loving? Are you praying? Are you encouraging? What brothers and sisters do you keep? Today, what does it mean to you to be your brother's keeper? Which of your relationships needs strengthening or healing? Think about those tough questions and make some decisions now. Young people, the summer is coming, and our time with one another is more frequent, or your friends is more frequent, and hopefully more relaxed. Think about how you will spend your summer and protect yourself from the relationships that need to be terminated and to grow the relationships that are positive in your life. And adults, we need to do that same thing. I ask that you think about how do we support our young people in the challenging question of, am I my brother's keeper? It doesn't start and stop today with what has happened in Boston. And let's hope we're not sitting back waiting for the next moment. The young people of this parish are doing fabulous things. These are committed Christians who are walking a path and reaching for God. And so we have to keep supporting them in that. And know that we notice that, and we are excited and feel very blessed about that in you. So I leave you, I will just ask that God keeps blessing you today and every day. I will leave you with a blessing that a priest, chaplain friend of mine used to always say when we departed from services. And it's an old Irish blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Amen.